You want an AMG C63 with over 500 horsepower? Well, you got it. What's up, guys? It's Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, bringing you this C63S Coupe Mercedes-Benz. This is that 503 horsepower, 517 pounds of torque, hand-built engine by Robin Skorts in Germany. I mean, this is an AMG to never forget. Even with the hood up, the grille still impresses. Beautiful how they put the black elegance in there, and this is all for their racing performance. So as you grip the road taking corners, this literally is keeping you down, adding more downforce to the front and the rear of the car. Beautiful how they got it structured here, and I mean, it's just an elegant, awesome setup. You got the LED high performance headlights as well on this model. On these 19-inch wheels, we got the Michelin 255/35 R19s. This is AMG spec wheels. Got your upgraded brake calipers and disc ventilated. Car is ready to rock and roll. Added elegance as we go down the side of this V8 bi-turbo. It's not naturally aspirated, however, it has a kick to it, which you'll see in the ride. Blacked out roof, and it is a panoramic roof, so all four people can enjoy it. Coming to the back with the carbon fiber spoiler, your AMG tips on this exhaust pipes, which again, the diffuser is beautiful. However, the point of it is for aesthetics because your exhaust is actually behind these plastic or these chrome tips. So on a good spec, they're not going to get too dirty from the carbon buildup. However, they're not attached to the exhaust. Another note that, again, something I like it's just not functionality. Another great thing about this AMG, you got the kick to open the trunk and the one push button to close it effortlessly. Again, the cool thing about these instrument panels on Mercedes, you do everything by the steering wheel and you just scroll up and down. So if you want a sports plus mode or super sports mode, it changes it into this AMG look. If you want sports mode, changes it into this where you can see your redlining at 7. If you want it in classic mode, then it goes into classic. You want to go back to whatever mode you like, you could also click back. Has your heads-up display, has your phone settings here, your media, your radio, navigation, trip, and performance, which will show you your boost, or in this case it'll light up so that way when you push the pedal you'll actually see it move with the RPM and your miles per hour. Going into your infotainment system, this one is not touch screen, so something to note. You can see no touch on it. You do have to use the updated joystick which they have, so you can pinch and touch and do whatever you need. You can also scroll up and down to move the navigation. You can go into your different settings, so if you click into the home page you can see your navigation, your radio, media, phone, connectivities, things of that nature. If you want to see the vehicle performance and if it needs to do anything, you can also track like your racing and your performance levels. Also, you can see if you need to do any kind of services. It'll alert you for all those things on the infotainment system, or just click it back to navigation, in which you could also have the navigation to your odometer settings, which I already have it set, I believe. If not, again, on the steering wheel on the right side, that takes care of your infotainment. On the left side, that takes care of your odometer, both with a home, a touch scroll pad, and a go back button, and also you have your cruise control, and then on this side you have your phone where you can call and disconnect the call. This also will tell you for your boost, you can do it as a different individual, so if you want to change your sports modes into like a sports plus, so you just push it in there and you got it. So you just simply turn it to SPP, or you can do a race. In either case. Now on this side you can change your exhaust settings to sports plus, which we have it in there as well, and you can also see it on there. It turns red, and now the system is fully ready for race capabilities. In this Mercedes AMG C63, you do have a black wooden trim, this leather dash, and you have a two-tone. You have the silver bullet in between. You do have those elegant vents that are just beautiful. On the door panel, you have your upgraded Burmaster stereo, heated and ventilated seats, also your seat settings, and you have this nice design that they added in the interior of the 2020 models. Going into the rear is pretty easy. You pull this and it mechanically moves, so that way you can enter into for another 2 seats in the rear end. In the back seat, you don't have optimal space, so somebody that's over 6 foot tall is going to be kind of cramped. You do have some vents, and you do have the upgraded sound system. Otherwise, as you can see, my head is literally on the ceiling. I will enjoy the ride because it's an AMG. Then to close the seat, pretty simple, just set it back. It goes back to its settings that you have set. This car can have up to 3 settings on the seat. One thing to note, when you turn the stereo off, it does turn off your navigation or infotainment system, so you have to just turn it back on. So you basically just put it into mute position, so you just roll the bar. Because if you turn it completely off, it will turn the system off. Then if you want to see the high definition camera system, here it is. It's going to show you exactly where the car is. And cool thing about this as well is you can change the settings of it. So like you can go into the settings here, you can see the front, you can see the sides of you can see just the rear. So I mean, it's really intuitive in the sense of you seeing your whole vehicle all around you in different capabilities. So now we're in this AMG C63 with over 500 horsepower. Kind of excited to see how she performs. I got it in Sports Plus mode. So let's see how she does. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. That exhaust note is just amazing. It is a beautiful exhaust note. You hear every single thing you need to hear and more. It's above and beyond. This is truly the best or nothing. And we got it in super sports mode, not Sports Plus. Sorry for the wrong information on that. And that's why it's called Super Sports, because this car is just ready to launch at any given time. I mean, the throttle, everything about this car is awesome. Like, AMG did such a great job. The symphony that I'm hearing right now is more than I would ever anticipate to hear with 500 horsepower. I mean, I was anticipating a lot, but man, this is a lot. The heads-up display helps out quite a bit as well. The racing steering wheel, I just feel so ready to race. And it's such a smooth ride being on these upgraded AMG wheels, which is also surprising because you would anticipate that it would be a little bumpy. And here we go again. I don't know why it likes to put it in such a low gear, such a high gear, excuse me. It tends to throw it into like a 3rd or 4th gear. I don't know if that's just what they do to save gas, but I mean, just hitting 3,000 RPMs, you got a beautiful symphony. And the cool thing too, you can change everything on your odometer really quick. So if I want to change it to a, you know, more eco-friendly type drive, I can just change it to it through the odometer right here. So it's pretty cool. I can also take the exhaust note and lower it if I need to, or raise it however I want to do. A lot of technology is embedded in this AMG. Not just that, but like, it seems so small. I don't know at all that there's a back seat. I feel almost as if I'm in like a Porsche or, you know, a 2-seat car. I do not feel like I'm in a 4-seat car. And AMG really kills it on that. Let me give it a little here. I mean, it's beautiful. Stops on a dime. When you need it to go, it goes. This car is ready to rock and roll. In the super sports mode, you have awesome steering capabilities. The car just is flawless. Like, I'm out of breath. This is a car that you gotta at least drive once in your life. One thing that I dislike heavily is the fact that the paddle shifters are on the steering wheel. I wish it was not stationed on the steering wheel. It was difficult while I was driving, and I'm still driving, to change gears, so I tend to leave it into automatic spec more so than I would actually want to. That is one thing that I dislike about it. The non-touch screen infotainment system, they do have some plastics, but they stress really heavily on a more elaborate craftsmanship inside and outside the cabin of this vehicle. And here's that beautiful reversing again. The infotainment system on these vehicles are very, very clean, especially when you're trying to park close or park next to another Mercedes-Benz V8 bi-turbo. They're just excellent. I'd like to thank Wes here at Loki Mercedes for giving us this Mercedes-Benz AMG C63 S Coupe for our test run today. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Click in the description so you get all the latest updates we do here at Hawkeye Rides.